The Washington Examiner did something similar. They went through the Biden presidency in a nutshell. Their headline is Radical Incompetent Biden Administration Risks Collective Catastrophe. This is so true. President Joe Biden probably doesn't want to destroy America in order to save it. If he did want to do that, though, and if he knew what he was doing, he would be doing exactly what he's doing now. So, in other words, I take that to mean, regardless of his motive, he's doing it. He's destroying America, whether he wants to or not. And I think he wants to.
I think that he's definitely surrounded by people who want to, at the very least.
No question. For the long-term health of the United States, Biden's first 4 months in office have been among the most destructive of my lifetime. This is written by a reporter at the Washington Examiner. Already, Biden is creating a legacy of labor shortages, a border crisis, as she just outlined, dangerous debt, which they completely deny. They absolutely deny that. Massive inflationary pressures, leftist culture warfare, racial divisiveness, rising crime, and feckless foreign policy. I like my foreign policy to have a lot of feck. But there's...
You're pro-feck.
Yeah, I'm pro-feck. This is completely feckless, however, so it's
it's
bad. Yeah, there's not nearly enough feck going on. If there was more feck, I wouldn't be nearly as pissed as I am right now.
Man, I want to keep playing the feck game, but I'm afraid I'll say something else.
And while this past week's gasoline shortages due to a ransomware attack aren't his fault, except at the margins, his failure to hold Russia's Vladimir Putin accountable could serve as encouragement for similar future attacks, which is what they accused Trump of the entire time. Let's not forget. He would never hold Putin accountable because he's a Russian agent. That's why. Multiple columns could be written on each of the subjects above, and fairness compels recognition that some of these ills already were growing under former President Donald Trump, some due to his direct policy choices. Yet, even in those cases, Biden's actions and efforts already have gone well beyond Trump's spendthrift, divisive folly. Suffice it to say that an already debt-ridden nation shouldn't be pushing for $6 trillion of new spending, in which things unrelated to coronavirus relief are called coronavirus relief. Things have nothing to do with infrastructure are labeled infrastructure, along with an American family plan that would undermine the family. Really good. Likewise, promising free health care for illegal immigrants while trying to ban deportations and supporting sanctuary cities for criminal immigrants is an obvious means of exacerbating the border crisis Biden directly catalyzed. Meanwhile, pushing anti-American, racist garbage on public schools using constitutionally dubious means, all while stressing racial and gender identity politics in every conceivable way, Biden threatens to turn the U.S. motto on its head by repeatedly emphasizing and exacerbating differences. Instead of celebrating commonality, Biden's team is turning e pluribus unum into its opposite, ex uno pluribus. First means out of many one. The second means out of one many. It's a direct renunciation of the American tradition from Ben Franklin to Martin Luther King Jr., and it's moral outrage. Again, it's not to suggest that Biden himself is so dastardly as to intend such disastrously revolutionary strategy of harming millions in the short term en route to a supposed Marxist utopia, although I think he's fine with it. Mm-hmm. It is, however, to say that Biden's policies and practices could lead to inexorably to such a crisis as Cloward and Piven envisioned. Wow, there's some names we haven't heard in a while.
Right.
Cloward and Piven. Remember how we talked about that? That's overwhelmed the system so it collapses. And then you can rebuild it the way you want to. That's exactly what's happening. Mm-hmm. As long as Biden's administration keeps moving in this direction, good people should oppose it with all the righteous energy we possess. Great article from the Washington Examiner.
Because isn't the Cloward and Piven model effectively build back better? Or you don't just build back better, you got to build back better.
You got to build
What is he?
back. You build better.
You build back better, you got to build back better.
Where is
I don't know.
I'm not sure where that is.
Oh, shoot.
Maybe
We have to do more than just build back better.
There we go.
We have to build back better. With regard to Russia,
You've already said that,
I
man.
know what concerns some of you. But I made very clear to Putin
He made this clear now.
Okay.
that we're
Remember,
not going to seek
excuse me.
escalation.
We're not
It's
going to seek excuse me.
It's like a 3-year-old trying to pronounce spaghetti.
Biscotti.
He's the worst, man.
Excuse me. Biscotti.
That's a good one. That's the one we're going to land on right there. Write that down. Biscotti.